with our
Hello.
exciting announcement for piano music she wrote. So we decided we've had a lot of things going on lately, a lot of exciting news. So we thought that it might be best if we just go ahead and do a live video. And that way you can see our lovely, adorable selves too. And you can also ask us questions as we go. I'll try to keep an eye on the YouTube chat box. So by all means, if you have a question for us about anything that we talk about, please do let us know. So just so you know, I'm Erica Sipes. It actually says that on the bottom of the box. I'm
And I'm Sandra Mogensen.
Sandra Wilkinson. So, all right, Sandra, you want to take it over?
Well, I guess we know each other a little bit from the channel already. We have been working on making videos for about 3.5 months, and we've been working on our spreadsheet for quite a bit longer, at least 7 months, I would say. And yeah, to catalog all the piano music written by women that you can find on IMSLP, which means free downloads of scores. So we thought we'd put all of that together in one place to save people the trouble of all the trouble that we've gone to actually to try to find who existed, what composers are there, what music is available in the public domain. And we're thrilled that we've hit our 300 subscribers on YouTube milestone. We always decided that would be when we launch our spreadsheet out into the world. So
Absolutely. Okay, so you may be asking, what is this spreadsheet? How do we get this spreadsheet, et cetera, et cetera? Why did we choose a spreadsheet format? So I'm going to share my screen here, or attempt to. Let's see how technology works for me today. Oops. Technology is so much fun. Okay.
you got this.
Is it working, Sandra?
I don't see it yet, but I know it's going to happen. Yep, here it comes.
There we go.
Look how beautiful that spreadsheet is.
Okay, so first I'm going to go ahead and show you our spreadsheet. So we did this as a Google spreadsheet so that it would be really easy for people to access it. Of course, it is set so that if you do have access to it, you're not going to be able to mess anything up, at least as far as I know. Fingers crossed, but I'm regularly making backups, so whatever. So a little explanation at the top. We also have a link to our YouTube channel right here. And here we go. So in the spreadsheet, we list the composer. We list the composer's dates as far as we know them. Country of birth, which again, sometimes we don't even know that, unfortunately. The name of the composition. And if there are multiple pieces multiple pieces within one title, we usually list the separate pieces. Publisher, self-explanatory. If there are any copyright issues, there are some scores on IMSLP that are not in the public domain in all of the countries. So if that's the case, we do list that in this column. So we just ask that you, abide by your country's copyright laws and that type of thing. In the next
Actually, just about that, there's surprisingly specific within the oeuvre of one composer that can be quite varied. So just to make sure that you don't make an assumption, oh, well, that piece is public domain, so they all must be. It's very, very specific.
Yeah, and I would also encourage you to double check on IMSLP's page for that specific piece too, because we do make errors. So I just want to make sure that,
And things change also.
And things change as well, yeah. So in the next column, this is one of our kind of more controversial columns or difficult ones. We have, as we've gone through this, we've kind of tried to assess what we think the level of difficulty is for each piece. That is really hard for multiple reasons. It's very subjective, but also when you have multiple pieces within a set, do you rank it by overall or how do you do it? So please just know that this column is, it is what it is. Hopefully
Yeah.
it'll just give you some sort of sense. For instance, like the ones in the advanced column, I can promise you that those are pieces that like, even I'm really terrified to really attempt. So whatever.
It would take some weeks to learn. Yeah.
And then the next column is the link to the scores. Little note about this column. A lot of times when you click on that link, and what I've discovered is if there's a copyright issue in your country and you go to click on the link, that link will probably not work. So if that happens to you, I would just encourage you to copy that link and go into IMSLP directly. That might work, not always. Or just go to IMSLP, do a search for the composer, look at their list of compositions and click on the right one. And then you can do that way. Okay, then the last column is the link to our video that we've recorded that's on YouTube. So, and yeah, so, and as you can see, there are some pieces and rows that are highlighted. Those are all pieces that are on our YouTube channel. Now, some of them are ones that are uploaded, but not revealed yet. So if you're really, really desperate to watch one of those videos, let us know. We'll see what we can do. But that,
Or just be patient.
or just be patient. I'll tell you what date it's being released. So, okay, did I forget anything, Sandra? About
No, you're doing great. I was just going to say, I have this kind of thing about adding things up and looking at statistics and whatnot. And so I wanted to say there are nearly 1,500 lines in this spreadsheet, which represents far more than 1,500 pieces. I would estimate, I have sort of counted, somewhere between 2,500 and 3,000 separate pieces by now. And I think the number of composers came to 399, 400, somewhere around there. So yeah, those are my little factoids for you. So it's, go ahead.
That reminds me of something to tell you all. That the reason we did this in spreadsheet form, not in PDF form, is because we want this to be a living and breathing spreadsheet.
Absolutely.
So like just the other day, I went onto IMSLP to see how many new works have been uploaded, how many scores have been uploaded in the past week. Hundreds, not just women, but so that tells you, you know, Sandra and I are going to regularly be adding to this spreadsheet as people add things onto IMSLP.
Yeah.
That's why we've done it in this form. For right now, that's what, you know, how we knew best to do it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, even as we were finalizing this spreadsheet this past week, we just went through everything again just to double check. And wow, we found hundreds more. So.
And if you look, I don't know if you can see where I'm pointing, but there is now a box at the very top that will tell you when the last time was that we updated our spreadsheet. So that hopefully will give you an idea too of what's going on and how recent it is. Now, Sandra, do you want to explain about, and I don't know where it went. Oh my goodness, I closed the tab down.
Oh.
Do you want to explain about coffee?
Yeah, I don't know if it's pronounced coffee or Kofi, but you know, you may be familiar with this platform where it's the idea is buy a coffee for the person, but there's also a shop. So we have placed this spreadsheet in the shop at koficoffee.com, and it's very easy to see how to access it. Buy now. There you go. It's possible to pay more than the $10. This is $10 US, I believe, if you want to make a donation to our project. It's also possible to, as you see, there's quantity there. You can purchase more than one copy. It's come up that perhaps a piano teacher might like to buy a few copies for their students. And you can just easily click on the plus sign, and then you have the number of copies you will be paying for. Yeah, and I think it's simply as straightforward download. when you press that red button there.
Yeah, and what it'll do is it'll just automatically send you the link, the URL for our spreadsheet. So that's how that works. So it's not actually that you're going to get a file. You'll just get that URL for you to use.
So you have access.
So if you buy it for your studio, yeah, you'll get the link, but the link will be the same for everybody. I'll just say that.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think if there's anything else we need to say about that. I think that's good. So
any questions about that? That seems straightforward to us, but we've been kind of living with it for a while. So
yeah, I'm gonna go on over and look to see if anyone's watching, if anyone's left any questions.
The thing to remember also is that $10 gives you that gateway to easily getting what 2,500 free scores. Not that you'd want them all at once, but you know, it's easy to get in touch with all of those composers just with that $10 donation.
Oh, and we forgot to say, Sandra, I think that 10% of everything we receive for the spreadsheet is going to go directly to IMSLP, because without them, we don't have this amazing resource. So by purchasing access to the spreadsheet, you are also helping to support IMSLP and all their amazing efforts. So,
yeah. Thank goodness for IMSLP. Yeah. It's life-changing.
Yeah. So should we talk a little bit about our upcoming projects or hint
perhaps there's an interest in what else we're doing. Yeah. But we're only going to hint because, you know, we want to keep the suspense. But one thing that we've been discussing is part of our project to incorporate living composers whose music is not necessarily currently on IMSLP. And we have lots of colleagues who are brilliant composers, and we love playing their music. So we'd like to bring that music into the Piano Music She Wrote project.
Absolutely. And then another one is, I think at the beginning of 2021, we're also going to do a project that is going to involve you all. So people that are fans of the channel, or if you teach some students, we're going to try to get as many people involved in this project that I'm trying not to say anything about. So stay tuned for that.
Stay tuned, absolutely.
And then Sandra, we also have one huge project that we're kind of hoping will happen. That's more longer term. Do you want to hint at any of that?
Well, I mean, it could be that we would like to take the Piano Music She Wrote show on the road, world tour, you know, that sort of thing. But of course, we can't even cross each other's border right now. So we'll see when that's possible. But
it will happen someday.
Yeah. So, you know, we're taking bookings.
Let's see, we did actually get somebody comment. Pianist Misa said, "Thank you for this. It's a great way to use coffee, and I love hearing about your future projects."
Aw, well, so thanks so much.
But a nice cheerleading thing.
Aw.
Thank you, Pianist Misa. That's really, really lovely.
So appreciated.
Yeah. So, okay. Do you have anything else to add?
I feel like one more thing we could hint at is that there will be more of this sort of thing happening as well, where we will appear and talk.
Absolutely. And
I mean, if that's of interest, I guess.
Yeah, and I would add to that, Sandra, that if people have thoughts about what they think, you know, what we could do with some of what we're doing to expand our project, absolutely, by all means, let us know. You know, not that we can do everything, but other people have fantastic ideas.
Exactly.
You know, we're not the only ones to put energy into it. So let us know. But yeah, so thank you for joining us today. And we hope you have a good rest of the weekend.
Yeah, and until next time.